Hi everyone, this is your Math 176 instructor, Sebastian Ahmed Garay. Here we go. We are now in section 6.1. This is the start of chapter 6. This video is going to be very short. I have already talked about this material in class in your chapter 5 lectures. I would recommend that you go back and look at those notes in case you've forgotten any of these things. Here's a quick recap. There are two units associated with angles. One unit is degrees. A degree is a fraction of a revolution. A revolution is one entire rotation that is 360 degrees. The other unit that is associated with angles is the radian. The radian has an odd definition, kind of odd. It is basically defined as the length of the arc that is subtended by the angle in terms of the radius of the circle drawn. Now, you do have a conversion factor here between degrees and radians. It's the following. 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. This means that 1 degree is equal to pi over 180 radians, and 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees over pi. You also have the following. Let me box this here. If an angle is given with no units, you assume that the angle is in radians. You have the following formulas for when an angle theta is in radians. You have your arc length formula. So the length of that purple arc, that is formed from this angle theta and that radius r and the positive x-axis there with a length of 1 radius. The length of this arc in purple, we'll call it s. This is equal to r times theta. This formula only applies when theta is in radians. Now, if I were to shade in that region and make myself a little pizza slice here like I did in the hot pink, that shaded area, this is known as a sector. So a sector is a portion of the circle where you have a vertex, I guess you could say, of the sector starting at the center of that circle. The area of that sector is defined by the following formula: 1/2 times r squared times theta, where r is the radius of the circle and theta is an angle, once again assumed to be in radians. Like I said before, I have already discussed all this material here back in chapter 5 when we first talked about trigonometric functions. I had introduced you to this way back then. So section 6.1 should be mostly a refresher for all of you. I will see you in tomorrow's Zoom meeting, and that's it.